Hi, everyone. My name is Sabrina Rare. I am the training manager here at Via One Hope. Thank you so much for joining our new CEO call today. And today we are going to be going over host coaching and how important host coaching is for each of your events. So the reason why we feel that host coaching is so important is that it helps you build relationships with your hosts. It helps you provide good customer service. It drives better attendance for your events. There's less chance of canceling the event if you're in constant contact with your host. And the host will respect your business. It's a great way to pre-recruit your host as a new CEO as well. As you keep that communication going, they see what it takes to build the business. And they'll see how easy it is, and they'll want to join your team. So host coaching is 90% of the success of your tasting events. Host coach once a week. Mondays are typically best. Just get your week started with host coaching. Oftentimes you are booking tasting events over the weekend, so it's great to follow up on Monday and get started on your host coaching for the week. And we suggest the Connect 4 with your host. So connect with your host 4 times while you're in the process of booking the event. So the 4 touch points, 4 conversations that you want to have with your host is logistics and customer service, the cause and the effect, so cause being the nonprofit that your host wants to support, the attendance, and the experience of the event. So those are the 4 main conversations. So I'm going to go into those right now really quick. Your step 1 is the Connect 1, what we like to call, and that is your logistics and customer service. So you want to provide really great customer service for your hosts so that they feel comfortable with all their guests receiving the same customer service. So when you call them on this one, first you want to do is each host is going to be different on the way that they like to communicate with you. So ask them their preferred communication. You want to get their phone number and email address when you're booking their tasting so that you can communicate a couple different ways. Just in case they don't answer their phone, you can follow up with an email. Or if they prefer text message over a phone call, you want to make this as easy as possible for your host so that you can communicate with them in their preferred way. And as you book more tastings and events, then you'll just use the same kind of templates for each communication. It'll be very easy. So have your order form ready when you make that phone call or you reach out to them so that you can take their order for their host package. That's your first reach out. Confirm the details of the event, the date, time, venue. Use this trusty host planner guide. This comes in your starter kit, and we also have a digital format in the VIA University. So confirm the time of day. Is it going to be a brunch, a lunchtime tasting, a happy hour, or a dinner, or like a cocktail hour? Break it down in the 2-2-2 rule. So always give 2 choices. Do you want night or weekend? Is Tuesday the 8th or the 15th work for you? Does 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. work best for you and your guests? And then always remember to ABC, always book close. So use that. We have an open dates calendar for you to print out and use, or just a regular calendar. So circle those dates that work best for you. And try to book the closest date first. Talk to your host, say do you want to do it in October or November? And then book the soonest first. Get the venue address where you're going to be pouring. Get the wine and shipping address, so the address that you're going to be shipping the wine to. At this time, make sure they know that someone 21 or older will need to be there to sign for it. Wherever you ship that case of wine to, or the host package, someone 21 or older will need to sign for it. So that might change where they want to ship it to. And then get their billing address. One thing to note is that for all of your orders, the billing address has to be 100% match the information that the credit card company has on file for your customer. So just make sure you double check that with your customer as you're getting their billing information. That's a quick little tip. It can get a little frustrating for you and your customer if that doesn't match up. A cell phone number for texting or calling, an email address. Let's see here. And then go over the 2 options for the host package. You have the 6 bottle and then the 12 bottle. Sorry, I know it's backwards, but there's 2 options. Make sure you talk to them, see how many guests you think might be attending. And then also it doesn't hurt to have, most hosts might not know exactly what wines they want to purchase. So just have some in mind when you make that phone call. Check our in-stock site and make sure that you just have a couple written down. It's always great to have one reserve on your list so that you can try to upsell at your tasting. And then the credit card information for the host package. And let's see here, make it easy for your host and provide them the tracking information. So once you place that order, stay on top of it. Our system will email them information, but it's great to have that hands-on approach with your host so they can feel you helping them through the whole process. And then let them know the day before it's due to be delivered. UPS is due to make their first delivery attempt so that they can know to be home for it, or that it's going to be signed for at the business or whatever. And then a big tip is to make sure you walk them through this whole process so that they want to book another tasting with you, or they talk to their friends and family. Just provide really great customer service so that you get some great word of mouth there. Okay. The second time that you connect with your host is understand the host rewards program and share it with your host, get them excited. So back to this, host planner, go over the host rewards with them. And also talk to them about fundraising. That's one of the main reasons you're doing this event, right? So you want to make sure that they have a cause that's close to their heart. Or if they don't, have them kind of brainstorm with some of their friends or family that are going to be attending the event. They might have one that they want to support, and that could be really great for the event as well. Make sure you get the 501c3 tax ID number, the address where you're going to mail the check to. It's just all good to get this out of the way before the event so that you have everything ready when you're ready to place orders. The mailing address for the donation check. Let your host know that this is a try before you buy tasting event. So just make sure that their guests know that it is a tasting event so that they can see our amazing gifting items that you have on display and try our wines and purchase wine at the end of it. Ask what the fundraiser goal is. It's great for that host to have a number in mind so that they can tell their guests that, like, I have a goal. I know that $100 buys 5 books for the children in need that I want to support. So I want to donate $100. And then you can tell them how many cases, ideally you'd want to sell and go from there. And then host coach to hit the $500 or $2,000 mark. And as far as the host rewards, we have different levels. So just see what levels they want to hit. You can have them decide what they want to purchase with their rewards before the event, so they know what level they want to hit and how many guests they want to have attend. And then know the monthly promotion and specials that are going on, so you can share it with your hosts for outside orders, and think about your intentional language. Is this an in-home wine tasting experience or beyond the living room? Is this an event that you know that really all the guests are just going to want to purchase 6 bottles or a case, or they want to be a wine club member? That's one thing that's just launching on October 1st. A lot of wine lovers, they love a wine club. I don't know how many times at events that I've been asked, do you have a wine club? I just would rather just do the wine club, because they don't have to think about reordering. It just automatically gets delivered to their house. So definitely add that to your verbiage when you're talking to your host, when they're trying to think of who to invite to their event. And then make sure you're on the same page with your host. You know, you don't, like if you have a host that really just wants to do a really fun tasting and a girls' night, but they don't want to put the pressure on their friends to purchase, then maybe it might not be what you want to, you know, spend your time on. And that's fine. Then you would just offer them the case for a cost pricing, here's 6 bottles, and follow up with them after the event that they decide to do on their own. It's just really up to you and how you want to run your business. Ultimately, you decide what events you want to support and be there and, you know, attend. And then the Connect 3, the 3-step, is all about attendance. So for these events, you want the host to really think about who to invite and who's on their guest list. So you need to start the invitation process and a guest list. So they need to brainstorm who to invite. Make sure wine lovers are on their list, wine buyers, people who would like to book their own tastings, so potential hosts, and guests with a heart for charitable giving. There's a lot of people out there that love giving back. They want to know how they can give back more. So definitely have them on your guest list. And then people who need an extra income. Think of, have your hosts think of people who really just want to work on their own, be a CEO, you know, in on the opportunity. So definitely go through all those opportunities with them. And then the 2-2-2 rule, so 2 choices again. Would you like to provide me with the guest list, or would you like to send the invitation out yourself? The only thing there is just make sure that you are on the invite list so you can check the RSVPs as you go along through the process. Offer to create the invitations using Photify, which is an app that we have available. Check in on the RSVPs and encourage your host to contact their friends to make sure they received the invite. I don't know how many times I've received Facebook event invites and I don't check them, unfortunately, until it's too late or till it's really close to the event. So have them touch 2 ways, or the 3-touch way. So have them shoot their guests a call, shoot a text, an email, and then the invite. Just have them make sure they reach out to their guests a couple ways, and especially a reminder right before the event, like maybe a day before the event, so that they know it's still on their calendar and that they've RSVP'd. And then ask how the outside orders are going. So in your CEO back office, once you've set up the party, in the party portal, there is a link that you can share with your host. It's called the party URL link. And you can share that with your host so orders can be placed before the event or after the event. So if anyone's not able to attend, but they really love our wine, or they really want to buy a gift for a friend or family member that's celebrating an engagement, a birthday, a new baby, you know, all those great new items that we have available, make sure you share that link with your host so that they have it ready for them to share with anyone that's not able to attend. You know, a host will hear like, I'm so sorry I'm not able to attend, but I really want to support the cause. How can I do that? And they'll just have that link ready to share with their friends or family, and then they can support the cause as well. Okay, and then number 4, the final 4 piece is all about the experience at the event. So once they receive the host package, encourage the host to place the wine in the refrigerator to get it all the same temperature. And then never assume the host knows what to expect during the tasting. If they attended a previous tasting, guide them. Even if they attended a previous tasting, just make sure you guide them throughout the process so that they know what to expect. You don't want them asking a ton of questions during the event. So make sure that you walk them through exactly what you want for the day of the event. Let's see here. Explain how the tasting works. Paint a picture of what to expect. Let them know how long the tasting will last. Ideally, you want to be there about 2 hours for a tasting. After that, it turns into, that's when most of the orders will want to be put through and everything. So definitely keep it to 2 to 2.5 hours. Where in the home should the tasting be conducted? You'll find where you prefer. I know a lot of our CEOs prefer to be kind of in the dining area, at least have the wine set up there so that then they can go into the living room with the bottle of wine and pour the tastings to the guests and speak. Share with the host what you will be bringing to the event and what's expected for them to provide. And then review the pairing guide. We have this great charcuterie board in your host planner. It makes it super easy for your host to pair some great cheeses and meats and crackers and olives and berries. So this is definitely a great tool for a host if they want to just do like a happy hour type feel. And make sure they have the pairing guide, which is this, the charcuterie board, and have their shopping list ready so that they're prepared for the event. Discuss glassware. If you have an ice bucket, tell them you'll bring the ice bucket, but they should provide the ice. Just figure out which way works best for you and your host. Review any last minute details. Review the wines that they purchased and confirm the grocery list so that they know what they're providing. And remind your host to have their guests arrive on time. Typically, as a CEO, I would prefer to pour the bubbly, our brut, first. It's a great drink to just enjoy as everyone's arriving. And so definitely make sure they know that they don't want to miss the bubbly so they can arrive on time. And get the final guest count about 2 to 3 days before, just so you can make sure you have enough supplies. Make sure you bring the catalogs, your host planners for any future hosts that attend the event. And then we have this great opportunity brochure just in case someone is attending that wants to become a CEO. So definitely make sure you have all your business supplies, have some catalogs, and some backup. Make sure you have your wine opener. Just basic things. And so that is the Connect 4 for host coaching. Let me go ahead and hop out of here, see if there's anything in the chat box. There is not. Does anyone have any questions? I know there's kind of a lot of information regarding host coaching and events. So definitely pop in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself if you're able to, in a space where you can speak and ask me questions. Anyone have any questions? No? Everyone's all good? Would anyone like me to go over anything in the back office? How to place a host package order? Anything like that? Are we all good? Okay, well then I am going to make sure you jump on tomorrow's call. We have a community training call for all CEOs to join. We'll be going over booking and the booking blitz that we like to run next week, that we're running next week. So definitely jump on that. We have our Mexico incentive trip going on. So talk to your upline leader about how to get to Mexico in March. There's still plenty of time to do that. And let's see here. Any other, I don't think we have any other incentives going on. So definitely check out the Vine. We launched 3 great wines this week, all reserves. So those are definitely some great items to add to those host packages. If your host really likes a reserve red blend, you can do our core red blend and then our reserve red blend and try them both, at the same time at the same event. That's really fun to do. So definitely be sure to jump on tomorrow's call, and then we have tips from the top on Friday in the Facebook community group. So, and I forgot, we're having a all CEO happy hour hangout on Monday the 2nd. So definitely check the Facebook community for details on that. I think we included it in the Vine yesterday as well. So it's a very special event to have that available for our whole community. So definitely be sure to jump on then. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for jumping on. Bye.